He looks like a world champion. He trains like a world champion. It's so clear to me why he is who he is and like why he's been able to accomplish what he has, and it's because, man, he just outworks everyone.
Rise up to the heavens, take it down to the deep depths of hell, and then rise into the heavens to the gods. Let's go! Ah! Ah!
Is Jake Paul about to pull off the biggest upset in boxing history? Right now, Jake is pushing his body to the absolute limit, preparing for what could be his final test. Tank Davis isn't just any opponent, he's a knockout artist who's never tasted defeat. But here's the crazy part, Jake actually believes he can win. Every punch he throws in training is aimed at one goal, shutting up everyone who says he doesn't belong in the ring with real fighters. Remember when everyone laughed at Jake Paul, called him a joke, a YouTuber playing dress up? Well, those days are over. Jake's not chasing viral moments anymore, he's chasing something much bigger, and Tank Davis, he's standing right in his way. This fight isn't just about winning or losing, it's about Jake proving he belongs with boxing's killers. But talk is easy. In the gym, Jake's getting his hands dirty. Watch him work those mitts. Every combination is crisp, every movement calculated. His trainer is drilling him like his life depends on it, because honestly, his boxing career does. Tank throws lightning-fast combinations that have dropped grown men cold. Jake needs to be ready for war. The transformation is real. Jake went from making pranks to making headlines in boxing. But Tank? He's been knocking people out since Jake was still figuring out YouTube. This is Jake's moment of truth. Win, and he becomes a legitimate threat. Lose, and the doubters get the last laugh. The pressure is crushing, but Jake seems to be loving every second of it.
Boxing, but today, I am much more respectful of what he's starting to build as a professional boxer. I respect Jake Paul today. I respect the work that he's done. I respect how he's promoted fights. I respect what he's done to build his name to the point that Netflix always wants to be in business with him. I don't know that I can look at this one and go, well, I respect that he's fighting the guy that's better than him. Gervonta Tank's better than him.
Look at this training footage. Jake's not messing around. He's building a body for war, heavy bag work, brutal cardio sessions, strength training that would break most people. Why? Because Tank hits like a truck, and Jake knows one mistake could end everything. His team is preparing him for the fight of his life, and it shows in every sweat-soaked session. But here's where it gets interesting. Jake's not just hoping for the best, he's got a plan. He sees something in Tank that others might miss. His size advantage is real, and his reach could be the key. Still, plans mean nothing if you can't execute when the lights are brightest. Can Jake handle the moment when it matters most?
Box. Ain't nobody breaking. Box. Exhale. Ain't nobody breaking. Box. You been boom on that last break. Box. Fight for him. I got him. We can't shit. Box. That's all.
Yeah, I felt that too.
Good, perfect. That was your best rep. Come on.
Meanwhile, Tank Davis is doing what he does best, staying ready. Don't think for a second that Tank is taking this lightly. He knows what's at stake. A loss to Jake Paul would be career-ending embarrassment, so Tank is grinding just as hard, fine-tuning the skills that made him a superstar. This isn't going to be easy for either man. Tank's approach is different though. He's calm, focused, almost scary in his confidence. While Jake is talking about proving doubters wrong, Tank is just preparing to do what he's always done, knock people out. The question is, will Jake's hunger be enough to overcome Tank's natural talent?
10, 9, 8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good. Keep the head. Roll under the bed. Good job.
That lawnmower, that's that. Start that motherfucker lawnmower.
Even the experts can't agree on this one. Kenny Ellis, Tank's own coach, admits Jake has real advantages: size, reach, and surprising skill, but he's betting on Tank's experience and power to get the job done. It's interesting how even Tank's corner is showing Jake respect. That should tell you everything about how seriously they're taking this threat.
You're not worried about his power or his height or anything like that?
Not at all. Not at all. It's a few ways you can skin a cat, you know what I mean?
Not everyone is buying into the hype though. Dylan Dennis is calling the whole thing a circus act. He thinks it's just two guys cashing big checks while pretending to be real fighters. Harsh words, but is there some truth there? Or is Dylan just jealous he's not getting paid like these two?
It's a joke. It's a joke, you know. Yeah, it's a joke. It's gonna be like Mike Tyson. It's gonna be a sparring match, and after they're gonna just steal everybody's money. Same thing.
Watch it?
No.
Russ Amber goes even harder, saying this fight represents everything wrong with modern boxing. He wants real competition, not what he sees as a money grab. But here's the thing, if Jake wins, all these critics will look pretty foolish. The fight game has always been about proving people wrong.
It's going to whore itself out the best way it can to make the money. And I think, you know, it certainly is not the boxing that I grew up in, or the boxing we read about, or the glory days of boxing. And you know, it's not about that anymore. It's something totally different. And you know, it seems like everybody, including fighters, promoters, are just trying to be as outrageous as possible, to almost to the point where you're treating this like it's wrestling, like there's almost a script to it, you know. And people are falling for it. Like they're buying in to the sizzle, and they don't care that there's not a stake there, you know.
Showbiz. The adult brings up a great point though. Tank has all the skill in the world, but what if he doesn't take Jake seriously enough? What if Jake's relentless pressure and size become too much? Tank needs a perfect game plan, or Jake could shock the world. One mistake from Tank could change boxing forever.
To jump up and knock him out, especially, you know, if Jake Paul's bouncing back and forth with the boxing IQ that he has, as little as he has it, but he has experience. So
Listen to Jake talk about this fight. He's not scared. He sees Tank's speed and power, but he also sees an opportunity. Jake believes his size and improvements give him a real shot at the impossible. In his mind, he's not the underdog, he's the future knocking on the door. That confidence could be dangerous. This is bigger than just one fight for Jake. This is about legacy. Win or lose, Jake wants to be remembered as someone who took the biggest risks. Beating Tank would silence every critic and prove that heart can beat natural talent. It would inspire everyone who's ever been told they don't belong somewhere. But Ryan Garcia isn't having it. He's calling this fight fake, saying Jake's weight advantage makes it unfair. Ryan thinks fans deserve better than this manufactured drama. Strong words from someone who knows what real boxing looks like. But if Jake wins, will Ryan's opinion matter anymore?
How did you feel when you first saw that it was a thing?
It pissed me the fuck off, bro.
Yeah, why?
It's just disappointing on mainly Jake's end. You know, we're not falling for the Disney Channel bit no more. We're not falling for you're not a fighter no more. We're not falling for that. you know, you're ranked as a cruiserweight and you're out here trying to fight a lightweight. And then on top of it, you were just talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. That doesn't make no sense. And, you know, I just felt like it was a disgrace to boxing and kind of it was not a good move by Jake Paul. You know, I understand people saying, you know, Gervonta got to go get his money, you know, blah, blah, blah. But, like, we're not talking about that shit. We're talking about the sport, bro. We're not talking about, oh, you got to get that money, bro. Yeah, but everybody's open to criticism. That's the whole point of this media shit. That's why they talk about basketball players. They don't talk about, well, LeBron's making too much. Like, nobody cares, bro.
Chael Sonnen drops a bombshell prediction. He's picking Jake Paul to win. Chael thinks Tank made a huge mistake taking this fight, calling it a business decision that could backfire. When someone like Chael Sonnen picks the YouTuber over the undefeated champion, you know something special might happen.
And I'm only sharing for you. We're not holding this event for rankings or for titles or for lineage. This is a night of business. And I'm going to predict for you now. And we'll know. As soon as this video comes out, we'll know. I would be happy to be wrong. But as far as picking a business partner, when you choose a dum-dum, don't be surprised when he goes out and acts.
Calvin Ford gives Jake his respect but issues a warning. Tank's style will test everything Jake thinks he knows about boxing. This isn't sparring anymore. This is about surviving Tank's explosive combinations and finding a way to win when the world expects you to lose.
Paul and Tank been going at it for years, and I got to worry about his safety, you know?
Absolutely. And how did this fight come about? Because I remember Jake was at the fight with him and Lamont, when Gervonta fought, and I thought it was next, right?
They was talking about this for years. You know, Tank been going back and forth for so long, and people don't understand that, you know? And one thing I can say about Jake, he's good at what he do, and he's been doing it. That's why he's where he's at. And everybody keeps saying, to be honest, this is a risky fight. You understand? Anything can happen because I don't know all the logistics besides gloves, what weight class. There's a lot of stuff I don't know about yet.
The boxing world is split right down the middle. Jake's size and work ethic have believers thinking upset. Tank's skill and knockout power have others betting on experience. When these two finally step in the ring, only one question matters. Can Jake's determination overcome Tank's talent, or will Tank's precision end Jake's dream? What do you think happens when they fight? Drop your predictions in the comments and smash that subscribe button for more explosive boxing content.